Muletrain!
And it is time now for the Muletrain news program on this St. Patrick's Day, this Thursday, March the 17th, 2016, brought to you today by the First Bank, along with Leal's Mexican Restaurant.
Graveside funeral services for D. Chitwood, 92, of Charlie, Texas, the father of Dick Chitwood of Muleshoe, is being held at noon on Thursday in the Charlie Cemetery in Charlie, Texas. Cooper Young, his nephew, is officiating at the services. Arrangements are under the direction of Owens and Brumley Funeral Home of Wichita Falls, and you can send sympathy messages to the family of D. Chitwood at www.owensandbrumley.com. D. Chitwood died at the age of 92 on Tuesday morning in hospice of Wichita Falls. He formerly lived here in Muleshoe. He was born Edward D. Chitwood on September 6, 1923 in Vera, Texas, to Edmund Dillard and Elsie Edwards Chitwood. They came when D. Chitwood was a small child to the Muleshoe area in a covered wagon in 1928, and he was with his parents, his grandparents, and uncles. This was during the Dust Bowl. They settled out in the Progress, Oklahoma Lane area. He went to Muleshoe schools and graduated from Muleshoe High School, where he played football for the Yellow Jackets. D. Chitwood then attended Texas A&M, and the war broke out, World War II. He was stationed in Buffalo, New York with the Army Air Force, and he met Eileen Goss there. They married in Clovis, New Mexico, and he boarded a train for his next assignment, which was in El Paso. Eileen died in 1991 in Charlie, and he will be buried next to her there in the cemetery in Charlie, Texas. But he lived here in Muleshoe most of his life and reared his children in the Lasbury school system. In the 1980s, Eileen and D. Chitwood moved to Charlie from Muleshoe. He served his country proudly in the Army Air Force during World War II. He was a farmer here in Muleshoe, and he owned peach and pecan orchards in Charlie and also raised cattle. He was preceded in death by his parents and his wife Eileen, a sister, Grace Young. Survivors of D. Chitwood are his son, Dick, and his wife, Sandy Chitwood of Muleshoe, his daughter, Pat Yeager of McKinney, formerly of Muleshoe and Lasbury, and 5 grandchildren. They are Kristen and her husband, Hal Duncan of North Richland Hills, Doug Chitwood of Llano, Jennifer Williams of McKinney, Dwayne Hutton of North Carolina, and Tracy Hutton of Grapevine. There are also 10 great-grandchildren surviving. The family received friends at the Charlie Community Center after the graveside services there, and they asked that memorials be sent to the Charlie Community Center in Charlie, Texas. Please remember all of the family of D. Chitwood, 92, formerly of Muleshoe, in your prayers. And repeating, he died Tuesday in hospice care in Wichita Falls. The graveside funeral service was held Thursday at noon at the Charlie Cemetery. Officiating Cooper Young, formerly of Lasbody, nephew of D. Chitwood. Memorial service for Rebecca Gonzalez, 43, of Amarillo, formerly of Muleshoe, and the daughter of Josie Avalle of Muleshoe, will be held Saturday afternoon at 2 in the New Life Worship Center at 406 Pittsburgh in Amarillo. Becky Gonzalez was a graduate of Muleshoe High School in 1991. She died last week on Monday, March the 7th at Baptist St. Anthony's Hospital in Amarillo after she had suffered a heart attack. She was the sister of Rudy Gonzalez, also of Muleshoe, and her mother is a beautician at Tres Bella here in Muleshoe. Please remember all of the family of Becky Gonzalez. And repeating, memorial service will be held on Saturday afternoon at 2 in the New Life Worship Center at 406 Pittsburgh in Amarillo for Becky. The high in Muleshoe on Wednesday was 75 degrees officially, and the low was 28. But it was on Thursday morning a 33 crisp, cool degrees here in Muleshoe officially. And now 5 Area Telephone, West Plains Telecommunications, brings you the weather forecast for Muleshoe, Sudan, Amherst, Earth, and our entire vicinity. But first, a message from our sponsor.
Secure your life with fast technologies available through 5 Area, whether you're in Muleshoe or anywhere in the world. Security and automation services for your home, farm, or business available now through your hometown company, 5 Area. Plans starting now at $20 per month. Fast Technologies offers live and recordable video surveillance. Control your door locks and garage doors, whether you're in your recliner around the corner or in Dallas. Lighting control and motion detection. Door and window sensors. Receive alerts through text, email, or phone. Plans again starting at $20 per month. Call today, 5 Area, 806-272-5533, or go by their website at 5area.com. They will also be happy to give you an on-site demo, so stop by their offices today, 302 Uvalde Street on the west edge of Muleshoe. A DSL internet connection is required. That's home, farm, and business security and automation services available through Fast Technologies at 5 Area. Call 806-272-5533 for more information. Our forecast for today, St. Patrick's Day, Thursday for the Muleshoe area. Another nice afternoon with a high near 70 degrees, mostly sunny conditions. Northeast winds 5 to 10 miles per hour, becoming southwest this afternoon late. Partly cloudy with a low around 36 Thursday night. South winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Then we're going to turn a tad bit colder beginning on Friday. Mostly sunny, high near 54 degrees. Northeast winds 10 to 20 miles per hour. Partly cloudy Friday night, low around 26. Northeast winds 10 to 15 miles per hour. Continuing that trend on Saturday, mostly sunny, high near 53 degrees. Northeast winds 5 to 10 miles per hour, becoming southeast in the afternoon. Partly cloudy Saturday night, low around 29. Sunny on Sunday, a little bit warmer with a high near 63 degrees. Southwest winds 5 to 10 miles per hour, increasing to 10 to 15 miles per hour Sunday afternoon. Mostly clear Sunday night, low around 36. Monday, high near 80, so it's going to be much warmer for Monday. West-southwest winds 10 to 15 miles per hour, increasing to 15 to 20 miles per hour Monday afternoon. Monday night, mostly clear, low around 44. And Tuesday, sunny, high near 83 degrees. Tuesday night, mostly clear, low around 46. And repeating our forecast for this St. Patrick's Day, Thursday for the Muleshoe area, mostly sunny, high near 70 degrees. Northeast winds winds 5 to 10 miles per hour, becoming southwest later this afternoon. Partly cloudy tonight, low around 36. Friday, mostly sunny, high near 54. North-northeast winds 10 to 20 miles per hour. Then Friday night, partly cloudy, low around 26. 5-area telephone West Plains Telecommunications has presented to you this edition of the weather forecast.
Augie Rehoas, the great-nephew of Patty Kent of Muleshoe, is in pediatric ICU at Covenant Women's and Children's Hospital in Lubbock. He is the grandson of Perry Lee and the great-grandson of Haney and Faye Parner, all of Lubbock, all formerly of Muleshoe. Augie is being treated for both pneumonia and a very serious lung infection. Please remember Augie and his parents, Caitlin and Nathan, and all of his family in your prayers, please. Dr. Joby Claiborne of Muleshoe is also on our prayer list because he is having surgery Thursday at Covenant Medical Center in Lubbock. Remember Joby Claiborne and his wife Janet and their family in your prayers and his recuperation after surgery on Thursday at Covenant Medical Center in Lubbock. That reminds me that Dr. Susan Davis is the new doctor right here in our Muleshoe Area Medical Center, and her office is in the location where Dr. Joby Claiborne's office was before he retired last year. Welcome, Dr. Susan Davis from Lubbock to Muleshoe and our Muleshoe Area Medical Center. We are so glad to have her. We'll be back with more Muletrain news in just one moment. Please stay tuned.
Do you have family in town? Well, if you do, come to Liao's, where families come together. Liao's is a family business that started in Muleshoe. They are located at 1010 West American Boulevard and serve the best of Mexican food and other treats. See you at Liao's. That's where my family goes when we are in town.
This edition of the Muletrain News is brought to you today by Liao's Mexican Restaurant, along with the First Bank, where you can show your school spirit now with the First Bank School Spirit MasterCard debit cards. Show your team spirit and earn cash for your school every time you swipe your card. Available now for the Muleshoe Mules, Dimmitt Bobcats, or Bovina Mustangs. Call or come by for more information. 202 South 1st Street, 806-272-4515. The School Spirit MasterCard debit cards available from the First Bank right here in Muleshoe. The First Bank is member FDIC.
The Texas Talent Musicians Association presents Tejano Music Awards Fanfare 2016 at the historic Market Square in San Antonio, with over 100 live bands performing during the 4-day event. And from Muleshoe, performing will be Grupo Mezcal with Laura Leal, Louis and Monica Pacheco, Gonzalo Lozano, and Frank Riccio, Friday afternoon at 4:30 on Stage Concho. What a wonderful opportunity for this music group from Muleshoe, who have been invited to participate in this event at San Antonio. And so if you're down San Antonio way, be sure and hear from Muleshoe Grupo Mezcal on Friday afternoon at 4:30. At the Muleshoe Area Public Library this week, they are celebrating, of course, the big spring break week. And on Thursday afternoon at 2, they're showing the movie, the Peanuts movie. So it's free to everyone. And you want to come and enjoy the Muleshoe Area Public Library. It's located on West 2nd Street, right across from the Bailey County Courthouse Square. Holy Week services sponsored by the Bailey County Ministerial Alliance starts on this Sunday evening, Palm Sunday at 6 o'clock, and the community-wide Palm Sunday service will be at the First United Methodist Church Sanctuary here in Muleshoe at 6 o'clock. And Father Sergio Leal will bring the sermon. The music will be provided by Ray Don Stanford and the Trinity Christian Center praise team. Everyone in our community in area is certainly urged to come to the Palm Sunday community-wide service Sunday evening at 6 o'clock. Then on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday next week, Holy Week, there will be a noon meal served. And if you just have 1 hour to eat in and need to get back to work, you'll have plenty of time. The meal on Monday will be served at the First Baptist Church Fellowship Hall, and the 16th and Avenue D Church of Christ members will provide the meal. It is a free will offering. The Reverend Mindy McClanahan, pastor of the First United Methodist Church, will preach, and Curtis Shelburne will bring the beautiful music. Then on Tuesday, in the Fellowship Hall of the First United Methodist Church, the Methodist congregation will provide the meal, and the preaching will be by Dr. Stacy Connor, pastor of First Baptist Church of Muleshoe. Sally Messenger of the First United Methodist Church will bring the music. Then on Wednesday, they'll go back to the First Baptist Church, and the First Baptist Church will provide the meal. It is a free will offering for the food. The new youth director of the First United Methodist Church, Hunter Hawkins, will preach, and Robert Black from the First Baptist Church will provide the music. Then on Easter Sunday, which is March the 27th, the Easter sunrise service will be held in the New City Park of Muleshoe, right close to the basketball court. And also you need to bring either a folding chair or a lawn chair or a blanket to sit on during the service. And the preaching will be by Quentin Poe. He is the youth pastor of First Baptist Church. After the sunrise service, you're invited to come for coffee and donuts to the 16th and Avenue D Church of Christ Fellowship Hall. And these are Holy Week services next week, and it is sponsored by the Bailey County Ministerial Alliance for everyone of all denominations or no denomination at all. Congratulations to Danny Campus, Jackson Lee, Tony Castillo, and Aaron Ross. They have been selected to play in the ASCO All-Star Game this summer, and they were all Muleshoe Mule football stars. On Monday at 7 o'clock, the Muleshoe Independent School Board will meet at the school administration building. That's at 514 West Avenue G. The public is always welcome. They will have an invocation and pledge of allegiance to the flag, open forum for public participation, and they also will have special recognitions. They will cancel the May 7th election. They had 2 at-large positions, and there was no competition for the people who file for the at-large positions, both incumbents. There will be administrative reports of board training, enrollment, food service, financial report. Consider renewal of FSMC contract and approve the food service budget. Also, other considerations will be process for honor classes, 21st century grant, instructional material allotment, TEKS certification, approve of 2016-17 district calendar for the Muleshoe ISD School District, the organization of Citizens Committee for Tax Swap, nomination for Media Honor Roll, purchase of microbus, resignations will be accepted, and consider teacher and other professional personnel contracts according to Superintendent of Muleshoe Schools, R.L. Richards. We want to say this week a big happy 15th birthday to Luke Leal. At the Oneida Wagner Senior Citizen Center, every Thursday afternoon they play bingo after lunch. And on the first and third Tuesday mornings of each month, they play bunco at 10 o'clock. And of course, there's always dominoes and other games going on at the Senior Citizen Center. Monday, they will serve baked chicken breasts, au gratin potatoes, peas and carrots, Waldorf salad, cornbread, sliced bananas, and orange juice with your choice of drink for lunch starting at 11:30 to 1. The annual Muleshoe Art Association Spring Show will be held at the Muleshoe State Bank as always, and artwork should be delivered to the bank on Monday, April the 4th between 9 and 2:30. And be sure that you deliver your entries in person or by a representative. They will not accept any entries that are shipped. Entry fee is $5 per entry for members of the Muleshoe Art Association, $3 per entry for miniatures, $10 per entry for non-members. Entry fees are non-refundable. Membership dues to the Muleshoe Art Association is $20 per year, and they do encourage all artists to join the Muleshoe Art Association. They will have categories of oils and acrylics, watercolor, pastels, photography, miniatures, and miscellaneous. All watercolor, pastel, ink, charcoal, pencil, and photography must be matted and framed under glass or plexiglass. Frame size for the miniature division is 5x7 or smaller. And there is also a category for all Muleshoe High School art students of Sandy Chitwood, 18 years of age and younger. All accepted work must be delivered ready to hang securely with a wire. No sawtooth hangers, wet paint, or canvas board will be accepted. And all work will be presented first and second places in each category and must be picked up by Friday, April the 8th at 3 o'clock. First and second place will be on display in the bank lobby from Friday, April the 8th through the 15th. And they will present First place $50, second place $30, third place $20, and honorable mention will get ribbons. The miniature category is first place $15, second place $10, and third place $5. And ribbons are presented to the Muleshoe High School students. The juror will be Marilyn Riley of Muleshoe. We'll be back with more Muletrain in a moment. The spring collection has arrived at BK Boutique, 200 East 21st Street in Clovis, New Mexico. And Betty and Beth will be happy to help you in every way they can find exactly what you need and want for this spring. And if you just want to browse, they'll let you browse. But if you really want customer service, you'll get it at BK Boutique in Clovis. Just tell them that I sent you, and they'll give you the VIP BK Boutique treatment. And they're open from 10 in the morning till 5 in the afternoons. Of course, that's Mountain Daylight Savings Time, Tuesday through Friday. And on Saturday, their hours are 10 to 3. In Clovis at 200 East 21st Street. And that is easy to find. If you need to call them, just call Betty or Beth at BK Boutique, 575-762-1848 at BK Boutique, 200 East 21st Street in Clovis, where their spring collection has arrived. And speaking of spring, spring does actually arrive officially in Sunday afternoon at 4 o'clock. That is Central Daylight Savings Time.
2 weeks to go home following a hospital stay. Recover close to home at the Muleshoe Area Medical Center. The swing bed program at Muleshoe Area Medical Center is for Medicare patients discharged from Muleshoe or any other hospital following an acute illness, injury, or surgery, but still need time and physical therapy to heal and strengthen before going home. Call for more information to see if you or your loved one qualifies for the swing bed program at the Muleshoe Area Medical Center. Lucy Garcia, RN, at 806-272-4524. The Muleshoe Area Medical Center, located at 708th Street, right here in Muleshoe, Texas.
In October of 1997, I went to Ireland and Northern Ireland, and the wonderful experience I shall never forget. And we are showing here on Reach Broadband Channel 6 in Muleshoe, Sudan, and Earth on this St. Patrick's weekend the interviews I made, and that was with Margaret Gallagher. She lived in a thatched house in Ireland. Also, my favorite place was the Giant's Causeway, and we're going to also show that one, and the beautiful Glen of Antrim. It's a magnificent, peaceful waterfall. So the top of the morning to you. That's our St. Patrick's Day gift to you here on Reach Broadband Channel 6. And I will never forget my late cousin Susan Taylor, and also Peggy Healy of New York City, who arranged my trip to Ireland and Northern Ireland. On your prayer list, please remember Frances Miramontes. She is in University Medical Center in Lubbock. Michael Richardson of Lubbock, who is the son of Jean and Mike Richardson of Muleshoe, who is recuperating from his hip replacement surgery. Also, Irma Mendoza and Mike Pugh in Covenant Medical Center in Lubbock. And he is on dialysis. He is in room 708 East. Terry Obenhouse, who had successful heart surgery at University Medical Center in Lubbock. Carlos Guerra, who formerly lived here in Muleshoe, and he had skin cancer surgery in Iowa, where he now lives. Also, remember Mrs. Wayne Pearson, Joe, and her family in your prayers, and Shirley Boyd Anderson of Amherst, formerly of Muleshoe, Anthony Flores, and Joe and Leela Copley, Evelyn Ellington, Wani Frazier, Horace and Ellen Morgan. Remember, please, Phyllis Angeli and James and Wanda Kemp, Claude and Evelyn Riley. And Claude is going to have a big 96th birthday next week. Laverne Smire, Marion Wilson, Miss Judge and Mrs. Glenn Wilson. Williams, Olin and Nola Clements, Susie Claunch, Mary and Wiltsey Moore, Suzanne Nichols, Dorothy Turner, Kaylin Kaufman, Lisa Oftenkamp, Jean Paul and Corlin Jarman and their family, little Hannah Simmons and Harper Lee, Kirby of Midland, the great-granddaughter of Mary Janice Brantley of Muleshoe. She will have surgery May the 4th at Lubbock Covenant and Women's Children's Hospital there. The family of Bob Donaldson, Margaret Adams, Bob Alexander, that's the father of Julie Cage of Muleshoe, Joyce Clements, Gwen Gulker, Walter Marie Boness, Maurice Bruns, Jean Allison, Sam Dameron, Pat Nichols, Jenny McVicker, all in your prayers. And don't forget Larry Thornton. He is still in Baylor University Medical Center in Dallas, and he is recuperating from his heart transplant surgery. David Gallman, we're glad to report, got a good report this week from his angiogram done in Lubbock. But later this month, he will have to go back to have a stent put in his leg. Remember David Gallman in your prayers, please, and his family.
Well, it is just about time for us to go on this edition of the Muletrain News, brought to you today by the First Bank, along with Leal's Mexican Restaurant. You can hear our latest Muletrain News program rotating on Reach Broadband Channel 6. As well, find it free of charge on demand on our website, muleshoetv.com. Click on the Muletrain News link at the top center of the page.
I'm Tumbleweed Smith, the sinking of the Andrea Doria. Details in a moment on the Sound of Texas.
And the Sounds of Texas are brought to you here on Reach Broadband Channel 6, as well as MuleshoeTV.com by Bailey County Electric Cooperative Association, celebrating 76 years of rural electrification right here in the Muleshoe area. Call them 806-272-4504 or check them out online, bcecoop.com. They're owned by the members that they serve, the board of directors, the members, employees, the manager, CEO, David Markle. All hope that you enjoyed the Sounds of Texas with Tumbleweed Smith.
In 1956, the Andrea Doria, pride of the Italian cruise ships, left Genoa headed for New York with 1,100 passengers and a crew of 600. 8 hours from the coast of America, during heavy fog, the Andrea Doria was struck broadside by another ship, the Stockholm.
Stockholm had an ice plow, an 8-foot ice plow on the front of it, because it was going north. And it came into almost the middle of the Doria. It plowed into the middle.
Kathy Dixon of Sweetwater had just finished a year of study abroad when she boarded the ship in Gibraltar. She was 20 years old then. The collision occurred just after midnight on July 26, 1956.
We were upstairs dancing, and the last one was, Goodbye Roma, Arrivederci Roma. And then it was like lights went across, like, a carnival or something. And then the ship tilted and the glasses started falling. And we tried to get downstairs, but so many people were coming upstairs that there wasn't any way to do that. So we went out on the deck, come down a rope, had to slide down a rope, get in the boat. Mine was a rowboat. And then the boat I was in took me to the Stockholm, which had run into us.
Kathy recalls seeing a pregnant woman with 2 small children.
She had a life jacket, and the children had life jackets, and she popped them into the ocean in herself. They all swam to a boat, and she ended up being on the Stockholm, and I thought, that's the bravest lady I ever saw.
Other ships headed to the crash site near Nantucket to help with the rescue. 51 people died in the crash, 46 on the Andrea Doria and 5 on the Stockholm. The Andrea Doria sank 11 hours after the crash. The Stockholm survived. Kathy didn't call her mother.
She's ready to kill me. I said, I thought she'd know that I was okay. And they had a room where you could go send a message, and it was so jam-packed with people. I thought, oh, she's going to know I'm okay.
Kathy Dixon of Sweetwater. I'm Tumbleweed Smith with the Sound of Texas.
Time now for the market report, brought to you today by Stephen DeMint, financial advisor with Edward Jones, located right here in Muleshoe at 104 West 2nd Street. Call 806-272-4102. He's member SIPC. The market report was recorded this Thursday, March the 17th, 2016 at 12 noon. U.S. stocks are mixed this morning with little change as gains in energy and materials shares are being offset by weakness in healthcare and financials. In economic news, the number of Americans applying for new unemployment benefits rose slightly last week, but remains at a level consistent with an improving jobs market. Bond prices are also little changed as investors continue to digest commentary from the Federal Reserve. In the S&P 500, the best performing sector is basic materials, while the worst performing sector is healthcare. The Dow Jones Industrial Average is up 63.83 at 17,389.59. The Standard & Poor's 500 Index is up 3.76 at 2,030.98. The NASDAQ Composite Index is down 6.54 at 4,757.43. This morning, volume on the New York Stock Exchange is moderate with 245.28 million shares traded. Advancers are outnumbering decliners by roughly 5-2 margin. In the commodity markets, the spot price of gold is up $3.68 to $1,266.21. The spot price of silver is up 40 cents to $15.99, and crude oil prices are up $1.30 to $39.70. In the bond markets, the 30-year Treasury yield is currently 2.68%, and the 10-year Treasury yield is 1.90%. Some stocks of area interest: Pfizer Incorporated is up 0.25 to 29.29. XL Energy Incorporated is up 0.49 to 41.41. Apple Incorporated is up 0.22 to 106.19. Monsanto Company is up 2.28 to 92.99. And Walmart Stores Incorporated is up 0.15 to 68.14. The market report has been brought to you today by Stephen DeMint, financial advisor, right here in Muleshoe with Edward Jones, located at 104 West 2nd Street, 806-272-4102. Check him out online as well, edwardjones.com.